CT40 originates in Hollywood. From the CT40 Rock Archives, the story of a #1 classic written by a member of the Rolling Stones, a man who didn't think it was good enough to be released as a single. It was back in 1965 that the Rolling Stones recorded one of the most important songs in rock history. A song that was filled with all the anger and frustration of the times. A song that became a rock anthem. It was written by Stones guitarist Keith Richards while the band was on tour in America. Keith says he was asleep in a motel room in Clearwater, Florida, and suddenly in the middle of the night, he woke up because there was a tune that he just couldn't get out of his head. So he flipped on the tape recorder he kept next to his bed, picked up an acoustic guitar, and played about 30 seconds of the music into the machine. Then he fell back asleep. Keith says, quote, "The next morning I noticed the tape had run all the way to the end. I'd fallen asleep with the machine on, so it was mostly my snoring that we heard, except for that riff." Keith gave the tune to Mick Jagger, who says he wrote the words in about 10 minutes sitting by the pool. He says, quote, "It was my view of the world, my frustration with everything." The Stones took the song into the studio and recorded it in just 2 days, along with a half a dozen other tunes. Keith Richards says, quote, "I thought it was okay, but I didn't want it to be a single. I thought it was just filler." He had no idea that that okay song would become a classic. And what does he think of it today? He says, quote, "I hear it in half the songs the Stones have done since. I'm almost to the point that there's only one song for me. All the others are just variations on it." And what song is Keith Richards talking about? This one. A CT40 classic, a #1 song by the Rolling Stones from 1965.